Former President Trump is making a move on third-party voters tonight at the Libertarian National Convention. Fox News national correspondent Alexis McAdams is live in Washington, D.C., where the reception for Trump will likely be mixed. Alexis.
Hey, Jason, that's right. Libertarian voters here tell me at the convention they're not afraid to speak their mind, and they're going to let Donald Trump know what they thought about his time in office. Trump's team tells me he's from Queens. He can handle it. He's not worried about it. He'll take that stage and talk about his first-term accomplishments, I'm told. Last night, Vivek Ramaswamy, who's been a pretty big hype man, right, for the former president, was out here trying to get voters on the same page, saying there are some similarities between Trump and the Libertarians, but he was met with some boos. Watch.
No, well, definitely not me. I'm a Libertarian through and through. I'm going to be voting for the Libertarian candidate. I plan on nominating them today and then voting for them come the general election. There's nothing Trump can say that would flip my vote.
I'm interested to see what he does. I'm really excited, actually. It's not going to be his normal crowd of freedom-loving people. We are very much freedom-loving people, and we don't know that Trump is going to have the welcome reception that he's used to having. We love Trump for certain reasons.
And those voters say they might throw out some boos, but there might be some cheers as well. This is what happened, though, when Vivek got on stage. Watch.
I have gotten to know Donald Trump over the course of the last several years and the last several months. And you're going to hear from him tomorrow night. And the question is, do you want to influence the next administration or don't you? That is the question for this room to ask.
But the presumptive Republican presidential nominee will take the stage in just about an hour here, just 24 hours after independent Robert F. Kennedy Jr. had this to say about Trump's response to the COVID pandemic.
He closed down 3.3 million businesses with no due process, no just compensation, in violation of the Fifth Amendment. With the lockdowns, the mask mandates, the travel restrictions, President Trump presided over the greatest restriction on individual liberties this country has ever known.
So the question is, where do things stand right now? Well, check this out. This is the new Marquette Law School poll that just came out this week. In a five-way race, Trump receives 40%, Biden at 37%, and RFK coming in at 17%. Back out here live, we can tell you the room is filling up with people from both the Libertarian Party and also some people who wanted to come out specifically to hear Trump speak. His main message tonight is it's either me or 4 more years of Joe Biden. We'll have to see if that's something that might flip some of these people to vote Republican. Back to you.
Thanks, Alexis. Appreciate it. All right, after Trump's rally, New York's Democratic governor decided to get some inspiration from Hillary Clinton.
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are people like that. And he has lifted them up.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul took a page out of the old Hillary Clinton playbook and insulted Trump's supporters who attended the rally.
I'll tell you, it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. He wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending their support here. Be my guest, because while you're doing that, Donald Trump, Joe Biden's out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering.
And guess what? New Yorkers are ticked.
Just look at the crowd, right? So when she says clowns, you're talking to me, you're talking to a whole bunch of people that just want to listen. That liberal or a democratic approach is just wrong. Let's not be so condescending and calling people clowns and, start to get to these insults. That's just something wild to hear from your politicians.
Yeah, these are New Yorkers that showed up at this rally. Miranda, I have never seen politicians attack their own constituents in their own state and ever have it go well.
Well, because they've been completely humiliated. Here is Donald Trump. He's gone into their territory, into their den, and been wildly popular. It's fantastic to watch, Democrat politician after Democrat politician in New York just so outraged. But that haughtiness, that arrogance of Kathy Hochul is exactly what Hillary Clinton did, and you would think that the Democrats would have learned by now.
No, it permeates, though. The Democrats, I don't think they've ever understood the Trump supporters. I don't think they understand or appreciate, or they just take their own constituency for granted, Doctor. That's the way I see how they do it.
Completely right. And I also wonder how Governor Hochul, who's an upstater, would actually do in the Bronx herself if she came down there to rally. And they're busy measuring crowd size when they should be thinking this. What's Donald Trump trying to do here? He's trying to show that he's unabashed, that he's a street fighter, that he has courage, that no place is off limits for him. That's the American spirit, isn't it? That's what Americans are about, and people will resonate with that. Well,
Over at The View, Anna Navarro had a little bit of a hard time with this. Alicia, I'd like to get your reaction to this, but have a listen to this.
There are some Latino immigrants who forget they came here as immigrants and who want to shut the door behind them, and who think being anti-immigrant somehow is going to make them pass as more American, pass as whatever. And that's a very stupid attitude to have.
Okay, so the Democratic Party has long hung its hat on being the champions of diversity until diversity of opinion enters the room, and then that's villainous, right? But then you go even further, and you have someone who comes in who represents ethnic diversity. They come in with a diverse opinion. Those are the people who receive the harshest treatment, because there has been this attempt for way too long to try to classify Latinos into a political monolith that just simply doesn't fit if you're actually paying attention, if you're actually talking to voters who are out there. Because when you talk to Latino voters, regardless of when immigration status started in their family line, they are listening, and they are voters first. And that's what I've been told by my own family members, but also the voters who I talk to when we're out there on the campaign trail. So to hear that is just like, it's an absolute insult.
I still think that Democrats just fundamentally don't understand that, and you're absolutely right. Those that preach the most diversity, least diverse you could possibly imagine.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.